Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Adventure Destination International. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International in Thompson's Resort, along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Fishing the Wild West.
She's getting a little western on the deck.
This week in Fishing the Wild West TV, we're at Wilderness Family Outfitters. We're on our way to our first fishing spot, but we got a traffic jam. We'll get back to the fishing right away.
Crazy weekend traffic we had to wait for to get to our fishing spot. We just stopped here. I didn't bring any of my lake trout stuff. Tied on a buzz bomb because we're going to one of Brendan's, another one of his pike spots. And he said, look at the graph. So on the graph it showed 59 feet. He goes, no, that's the top fish. We're actually in 77 feet. So there's 20 feet of fish here. So we're gonna jig up, hopefully jig up some lake trout with my walleye rod.
Let me know when
Here's a good one here.
Head first.
There, that buzz bomb's showing its worth now. I'll hold him up for the camera. He's neat colored too. So again, drop it down. In this case, 70 feet of water. Snap jig it 5 or 6 times and then just reel, and they hit it. They've actually been hitting it 30 feet or less below the boat. That's a nice lake trout. Great colors, a lot of orange in them. Beauty lake trout. We'll let him back. There he goes, all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna drop my buzz bomb down and get another one on. That didn't take long. While we were fighting that last fish, we just drifted off the school. So we just had to get back over the school and send our buzz bomb down again, and here we are, game on. These are, oh, there's some big ones down there. These are all probably pretty much the same in this area?
For the most part, yeah. You can tie into some good ones.
This is a good one right here.
Nice work.
There, that's a result of the buzz bomb in northern Saskatchewan. And some great, look at the orange on the fins. That's I think they said there's like 9 different species of lake trout. We'll get him back in the water.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Well, Brennan's spinning us around, putting us back on the lake trout. So we got the buzz bomb, and we've talked about how when you jig it, it goes up and it spins up and down. It's spinning on the line, creating that flash and vibration. But in this case, another benefit to it is it's nice and heavy, and when the fish are this active, you want to get down there quick, do that snap jig and bring it up, fight your fish, back down again. And this, because it's so heavy, it falls fast. It's a perfect lure for lake trout anywhere you're fishing lake trout, especially jigging lake trout. Works great on salmon too in the very same way. Instead of a fish every 2 minutes, it's a fish every minute. So Brendan, you and your family, this is a family-owned lodge.
Family-owned, yep.
Beautiful lodge. And you fly out of Saskatoon,
Fly out of
Regina,
Saskatoon, yeah.
wherever?
Yeah. Actually, right out of Saskatoon.
Okay.
We partner up with Transwest Airlines.
Okay.
We fly straight points north, so.
And do most of your clients fly, drive?
You know, most of them actually drive.
Drive up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a nice, very, very scenic drive.
It's all part of the adventure.
Oh, it's part of the experience, yeah. Here it is. So you can fly up, you can drive up, but once you get here, the accommodations, beautiful cabins. You can cook right in your cabin. You can take part of the lodge where there's a beauty.
Catch fish like this all day. cost.
And you can, your clients or guests can hire guides,
Yep.
or they can rent boats and go out on their own.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna catch fish. So you can cook in your cabin, or you can have all the treats of a beautiful lodge setting and
Yep.
gourmet meals. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. I'm going fishing.
This segment has been brought to you by Steel Shad Lures, any fish, any depth, any season, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
We're in a beautiful pike bay here. This is not a great big one, but they're strong. And they're now turning on. The sun's come out, it's gotten active. And they've gotten active because of the sun. They're warmed up a little bit. And that steel shad hanging right out just perfectly. But lots of these. Every single cast you're going to catch these, but every single cast you got the opportunity of a 40 plus. I just had a quick look at them, but I'm guessing another
It looks good.
30, 38, I bet you. Whoa, I better not do that. Take your time. I got a hang up.
Oh, there's another one there. Another one. Another one.
Whoa, 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 two monsters. Like
Cast that way.
monsters.
Cast that way.
Holy.
You see that?
Yeah, two monsters.
Get behind me and cast over there.
So Brendan's fighting probably pushing 40, and there was one looked bigger to me behind her. Here, Brendan, I'm gonna let you net this fish, and I'm gonna keep going just in case. I don't know anyone who doesn't want to have a cast over there with a 40 plus double header.
Calm down.
Do you need any help?
No.
I don't know if the camera could pick that up, them two fish, that's two big fish. And Brendan, this is what your clients get every cast, they get this shot at these.
Yeah,
And there was a
absolutely.
bigger one that dwarfed that one behind it. That's what I'm trying to go for now.
Beautiful pike.
Fight the urge to tighten the drag. This is a great bay, Brendan.
Yeah, it's producing well.
He just said we got weed, rocks, and sand here.
Watch him there, Wes.
Here he is right here. Man, these are great fish. And we're just switching back and forth, the 1-2 punch with the Len Thompson and the steel shad, just back and forth, kind of like following each other up. You can get him if you want to.
Here, I'll get it. It's got some life left in her. If she wants to run, let her run.
Yeah. She's still in control. That's a picture fish. And then, there she is.
There she is.
Perfect. We'll get her up, get her set up here, make sure she's okay, and then we'll show her to you. The original 5 of diamonds holds up to its legendary status. This is a beautiful northern pike, wide across the back. We're gonna get that Len Thompson out of her and let her go. So we got the hook out of her. Gonna let her go. Back in here. And she's ready to go now. I'm just holding on to her. One thing when you're releasing these fish, resist the urge to pull them backwards in the water, because you actually run water through their gills the wrong way. So you're not doing them any good. I'll sometimes wiggle them back and forth. But yeah, really resist the urge to pull them backwards, any species, through the water. There, she's ready to go. I don't really want to let go. She looks beautiful in that water. There she goes. Incredible fish. Wilderness Family Outfitters here. All day long you're going to catch monster northern pike, lake trout, and we may even get a chance to go for some walleye later. This is incredible fishing.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. Welcome back to Fishing the Wild West TV.
I think it's decent.
It looks decent.
Yeah, he's a decent pike. Oh. He's right here. And if you want to net him, or I can get him, you run the boat. Get him in that ego net. That's perfect. We're oh, perfect. Len Thompson came out, barbless hooks. Got here old-fashioned Len Thompson 5 of diamonds. We're throwing Len Thompsons and steel shad. And this is what we're trying to pick up. We're weeding our way through some smaller ones, but definitely getting some big ones. That's a beauty. This is only our second bay that we're in.
Yep.
Let's get her back in the water.
Beautiful fish.
Oh, girl. She's scarred up. Holy cow. And there she goes. 7 feet of water, so it won't take her long to get back and settled. We'll catch some more. You know, when I first set the hook, I didn't realize, because we're fishing some thick weed. I didn't think he was that big. I thought it was just hung up on weeds. But I got that little steel shad wedged in there, and I just seen the shadow of him. He's a big fish. Like he's 40 something. And you can always tell when you get a big fish, because they don't go crazy like the little ones. They just try to leave. You know, you hear of people saying, "Oh, I thought I hooked a log," and that's exactly what it feels like. Barbless hook, so you got to be careful. He's right here. Holy cow, that's a decent fish. Brendan, you want me? You got him?
Yeah, I got him. Head first, if you will.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. Oh, one hook just come out of him. I don't know if you saw that. One set of those steel shad hooks that popped out of him as I turned him around to bring him in the net. We'll just let her settle down, then we'll show her to you. We got the hook out of her safely. And there she is. That's a beautiful fish. Look how big across the back she is. I don't know. I'm not even worried about measuring her. What do you think, Brendan?
I'd say she's close to 40.
Close to 40. That's a beautiful pike in anybody's books. We'll get her back in the water. All caught on the steel shad. There she goes. We had her out of the water maybe 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Put her in, showed you the camera, off she goes. Let's cast back for that other one. 90% of their trips are actually self-guided. You can drive up and go on these trips, do whatever you want. And the bay we're in, I'd like to tell you where we are, but I don't know. But we've passed 100 other bays just like this. So you can, this is a huge fish. This might be pushing 43, 45. So, oh, he come off. That's a shame, but don't get discouraged. We can go to another bay or make the next cast and you're gonna catch another one. 40 pluses everywhere. A weed bed here, and this thing didn't hit very hard at all, but I think I got a good fish on. I gotta keep him from under the... It's hard to tell, sometimes they wrap in the weeds, or is it, this is a big fish. He's right here. Out here fishing all by herself. He's just got one hook in him. I'm not gonna mess around here. Oh, that's the hardest thing about self-guiding yourself is big fish like this, trying to get them in the net and keep them in the net. And that hook, look at that steel shad. Because we're using barbless hooks, it just fell right out of them. Nice little steel shad, fish in the weeds, and we'll show you what we got here. Kind of glad that fell out. It saves me a lot of work. Long, slender. We're not even going to measure. We're going to get her back in the water and go cast another weed bed.
This segment has been brought to you by Lynn Thompson Lures, Canadian made for over 90 years, and Rock Guard, protect your investment. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
Brendan's got one on. He's throwing a steel shad as well. And it looks like looks like a good keeper. You can keep how many here?
3 pike.
3 pike. And I know pike have a bad rap for bony fish, but they're delicious. I'll even help you. They're delicious out of a cold lake like this, deboned properly. And Brendan's even gonna show us how to debone them properly. He's that kind.
Nice thick back.
Yeah, look
Lots
how
of meat.
thick they are. So that's gonna make 2 incredible boneless fillets.
Absolutely.
You are gonna make us do
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Wild Cookhouse is brought to you by Wild West Seasonings, home of award-winning seasonings, marinades, brines, and batters.
Pike out of cold water like Wallace in here is delicious. Would you not agree?
Absolutely, yep.
But the biggest complaint is pike aren't deboned correctly.
Yep.
So Brendan's going to show us how he does it, because you do a few a year.
Few. Yep.
And he's going to walk us through it. Just keep it basic and show. Hopefully we can show you how to fillet or debone northern pike.
Right. So there's a set of Ys here and a set of Ys here. They meet down about here and then shoot straight up. So we look at the bone structure here, cut on top. Now you will feel the part of the Ys, but you don't want to cut through them. You'll be able to hear in a second.
I can hear it now.
Yeah. So don't cut through, but you can hear them. Now what I do is I keep my blade vertical on a slight forward angle so I don't cut into those Y bones, but then I just shave across right on top of those bones. Just like that. And then what I like to do once I pass the top of those bones, I just like to shave it down just a little bit, so then when I come on the other side, I'll be able to pull them right out, and you'll see that in a moment. So once we finish that, I'll go on this side, the bottom side of all these bones here. I'm going to cut at about a 45-degree angle. just about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch down. And then what I'm gonna do is take that slab, take my knife right underneath it. I'm gonna push down with this hand, up with my knife, and I'm gonna hit those bones, taking them off the meat. You'll be able to see my blade just like that. Keeping as much meat as possible, but not cutting through these bones.
So you made that look easy, but we got one complete, delicious, boneless pike fillet. Now, this service is provided for your clients at Wilderness Family Outfitters,
Yep.
or you can do it yourself. But I would recommend recording this video, watching Fishing Wild West TV over and over, because he's a master at it. We're out here. It's our final day. And we're out here just slow drifting, jigging up some of my favorite species, walleye. I got a big sky jig on there. Hang on, fella. Just slow drifting out here off these rock islands. Slow drifting a big sky jig, baited with a smallie smasher from Big Bite Baits, picking up some perfect little eater walleye. We haven't spent any time walleye fishing this week, and if I'm on a body of water with walleye in it, I gotta at least take a few minutes to catch them. If you're looking for a drive-to trip of a lifetime, whether it be self-guided, guided, or you just want a relaxing vacation on the water, I hope you consider Wilderness Family Outfitters. And hunters, for a hunting adventure, Wilderness Family Outfitters also provides black bear and moose hunts. If you like what you've seen on this week's episode, follow us on social media or through Hook Magazine. I'm your host, Wes David, Fishing the Wild West TV.
Follow us on social media or at fishingthewildwesttv.com.